Hi guys, hope you're well. Today I want to discuss, I want us to have a discussion about one subject that has been bothering many ladies. They've always asked me, why do notch counts matter so much? And one thing we tell guys is that you need to be concerned about a woman's background. When you're vetting this woman, you need to be concerned about her background. And many women protest, they say that out of this background of theirs, why do notch counts matter so much? Why are you so concerned about the notch count? So I want to discuss this. Is what I want to talk about today. Why do notch counts matter? The first thing is very, very basic. When you want to start a serious relationship with a woman, maybe you want to marry her, or you want to basically start a long-term relationship, in most cases, what this means is that you want to invest your time, your effort, your money. If you're an African, you're probably going to pay bride price, you're going to meet her parents, you're going to do a number of things for this lady to make, basically to show commitment. But you see, the challenge is this. The other guys who smashed her, they did not do all this. So in essence, you're basically overpaying for the same thing that other people got for free. That's a big problem for most guys. Nobody wants to pay 10,000 shillings for the same product that other people paid 100 shillings for. It makes you a sucker. It makes you look stupid. And basically it's offensive and it's repulsive. It's just common sense. Why should you overpay for something that other people got for free? That is problem number one with high notch counts. Problem number two is that the way women, because women normally have a lot to lose with every sexual encounter. She can become pregnant, and we normally say sex happens inside a woman. It's the penetration happening in her body. So women have evolved to vet men much more before they have sex with them compared to the men vet women. A woman has to sort of like you for her to want to have sex with you. So there must be some quality about you that makes her accept to sleep with you or to be able to give you sexual access. So either you have money, or you're charismatic, or you're funny, or you're tall, or you have a very sexy body. She likes how you dress. There must be something she likes about you. Men can actually smash a woman without liking anything about them, so long as they have the way to crack. So what this means is that with every breakup that a woman goes through, there's some degree of trauma that is involved. It means she's sort of emotionally invested in this man, and then the man sort of disappointed her, or something happened that made them break up. So with every breakup, there's a trauma that is impacted or inflicted on this woman's emotional and social and psychological well-being. That means she comes into the relationship with a lot of baggage. It will come in form of trauma. It will come in form of not trauma. I mean, in form of paranoia, a lot of suspicion, a lot of insecurity. She may be very controlling, and she may actually be the type that jumps into conclusions because she expects the same thing or the same treatment that she got from the previous guys from you also. So that kind of relationship becomes very tense and very, very difficult. That is problem number two. The third one, which is related to that, is you risk being in a relationship with an alpha widow. And an alpha widow basically is a woman who has had a man in her sexual past or her romantic past who she is still tied to. Men are not built the same. There are men who are very good performers in bed, others have very big equipment, others have small ones, and so on. So if you're coming downstream as a man, there will always be a predecessor, or there is a high likelihood of having a predecessor who was a better performer than you. And that man is now the one who will have alpha widowed this woman that you are with. The same way Tupac Shakur with his Thug Energy, he alpha widowed Jada Pinkett, and Jada Pinkett was never able to love Will Smith the way she loved Tupac, and that made their relationship not become good, particularly for Jada. So an alpha widow can never be happy because she will always be missing her alpha. And if you cannot measure up to either his energy level or performance, then she's going to be very frustrated, and she's in turn going to frustrate you. Okay? So that is very, very important to remember as a third thing. The other thing also is that a woman who has a high notch count, having a high notch count says something about her. Either she gets bored quickly in relationships, or she keeps picking the wrong guy, which could be a sign that she has some dysfunction. Or you'll find maybe she causes a lot of drama, or she could be the type that she blows things out of proportion. And so having a relationship with her becomes very, very difficult, because if she has a high notch count, the common denominator is her. There must be something wrong with her. So getting into a relationship with a woman like that is, by that very fact, very risky. Okay? So either guy has rejected her, maybe she has a fault, or she rejected those guys for whatever reason. Whatever the reason is, you don't want to be part of it. That's the bottom line. Now, the other thing is that a woman who has had a lot of sexual experiences, pair bonding with a man also becomes very, very difficult. This could be because of the trauma, or because she has survived so many breakups that a breakup does not phase her. Sometimes women stay in relationships because they don't like breakups, but a woman who has had so many breakups may not even care about a breakup. She may easily break up with you. And that also means her ability to bond or to pair bond with you is eroded or diminished. And you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who you think it's long term, but for her, the drop of a pin, she can easily break up with you. Okay? So that is the fourth point, or the fifth one, sorry. The sixth one is that a woman like that cannot guarantee you paternity. And this is linked to the previous points. If she gets very bored quick, if she gets bored very quickly in a relationship, it means she's very likely to cheat on you. Okay? So a woman like that cannot guarantee you paternity. She can tell you this is your child, while yet she stepped outside during one of her episodes just to look for excitement or variety and got pregnant. So a woman like that, you cannot rely on her loyalty or her faithfulness. Okay. The seventh one, which is very important, statistics indicate that women who have had more sexual partners are more likely to divorce or to get divorced than women who have had fewer partners. And this is why even in the past, men preferred to have virgins and so on. So it still works the same way. The more sexual partners she has had, the less likely she will be to be able to maintain a marriage or a long-term relationship. So that is maybe linked to all the factors I've mentioned, like pair bonding, alpha widowhood, and she could just be someone who likes a lot of stimulus, and you cannot be able to provide that as one man. She may require more men to actually fill her stimulus deficit. And then also, biologically, men are territorial. Men like to feel that whatever they have belongs to them and them alone, particularly when it comes to a woman. And that is why even in the wild, the males fight so much for territory. Dogs mark their territory. Lions do the same thing, and so on. And women, because of being able to extend a man's bloodline, men normally want to feel that the woman belongs to them. Okay? A woman who has slept around a lot, the hindbrain of a man tells him that this woman is not yours, because other men have imprinted on her. So at a very psychological level, most men don't feel the need to invest emotionally or on a long-term basis on a woman like that. This is just how we've evolved. And of course, it is for good reason, the ones I've mentioned before. So what happens is, when you get in a relationship with a woman like that, because of the foregoing reasons that I've given, you as a man are not going to feel satisfied, and your instincts will tell you that this is just your turn. She's not yours. It's just your turn. So For all these reasons, that is why a woman with a very high notch count may not be a very good candidate for a long-term relationship. And ladies, that is why high notch counts bother men. I'll see you on the next one, and subscribe.